What do you value in your life? Wealth? Success? Or fame? What about the best prepared speech speaker? Well, keep this question in mind. We'll come back to you later. When a group of friends got together, I was often asked these questions. Hey, how many countries have you been to? Oh, it was always a long one for me to answer. So then I started. Well, I have been to Japan for 3 times. I've been to Korea once, 3 times to Hong Kong, and also been to Philippines, Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand, and also I have been to the United States for 4 times, and the longest period of time I stayed there was for 10 months as an exchange student. And just this past summer, I took 2 trips to Europe. One, I went to Germany and Switzerland. The other one, I went to Austria and Czech Republic. And at the end of August, I took a short trip to Tokyo, Japan, just with my mom, a short trip. And when I finished, this is what their faces usually look like. Dude, your parents must earn millions per day. Contest chair, fellow Toastmasters. No, no, no. My parents really don't earn as much. Not even close. Sometimes I wish they do. But no, in fact, they are still paying their mortgage after 20 years living in Tianmu. I'm not from a really rich family. It all comes back to the questions. What do you value in your life? When I was little, I once looked at my mom and said, Mom, do all the girls have their makeup on and dressed up all the time to look pretty? And she said, well, sometimes. But you have to remember, what makes one beautiful isn't about what their appearance looks like. It is what they've got in here and here. My mom never had her makeup on. Seldom. She never buys fancy clothes, fancy jewelry to make herself look pretty. And my dad, he once drove an old second-hand car for 10 plus years. And for us, we never get to buy new clothes during the new year or anything. Once and then forever. But so now you know where our money went. Traveling. Traveling. The very first trip in my life was to Japan. At that time, I was only 10 months old. A little tiny baby. One of my parents needed to carry all my diapers and bottles and milk, and the other one had to carry me. And I do believe that's how my parents tried to influence me. They brought me around when I wasn't even conscious. So they made it. Exactly as I turned out. Fascinated about traveling. But lots of people will say, of course you love traveling. How can you not like it when you get the chance to fly on the airplane and just have fun and don't need to worry about the prepared speech? Well, very true. It's a very true question. But on the other hand, what would you rather sacrifice? What would you rather sacrifice for that? For my parents, they set a really great example for me. They budget everything. They were really strict on the money that we spend. We never get to buy things that we want all the time. And once I really want a laptop, my mom said, no. So, if you count the money that we spend on traveling, I'm sure that we can definitely get a new Mercedes-Benz or BMW. Well, why do we value traveling, this specific thing in our life? Why? Because we do believe that this is something that can really open up your eyes and broaden your horizon. Just this past summer, I went to Austria. It is a beautiful country, I gotta tell you. And we went up to the great mountain Alps, and I looked on Austria. You know, I was standing at the exact spot where the great politician Adolf Hitler was standing. He once stood there, and he looked down on Austria. And he said, I'm gonna take over this country. You know, at that time, I can feel that he was with me. I was that great politician. I'm not saying that I'm gonna start World War III, but you know, that kind of ambition. When you look down on the world, look at this beautiful land, you really want to take over. And at that time, that kind of magnificent feeling just struck me so hard that I can feel the past and the present combined together. And finally, you get to see the future. So you see, that's what really traveling can bring to you. You get to know more people, more cultures, more phenomenal things that are happening on this earth. And you get to know how the nature can be so amazing that you can humble yourself and realize how little you are. You are just a little of nothing. That's what traveling can really bring to you. So bottom lines, instead of dressing up pretty and buy all the luxurious stuff that makes you look pretty, why not take a step forward? Get yourself a ticket and just fly abroad to explore the world a little bit more. Just see the world from the bottom of your heart, and you will realize how great the world is. And bottom line, here's one of my favorite quotes that I would like you guys to remember when you walk out the door today. And there it goes, is traveling is something that you buy that actually makes you richer. Something you buy, but actually makes you richer. And this is exactly what I valued in my life. Come, let's share.